Good evening. This isn't working. Test. There we go. Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the 83rd Annual Scholarship Awards Night. My name is Tara Tigno, and I am the proud principal of Newington High School. We did have AM Awards today, and we have a rowdy but respectful, energetic, loving crew with us, so I expect this evening to not disappoint. We are here tonight to honor our seniors who have had tremendous accomplishments throughout the year that have garnered them scholarships. Tonight, because of this wonderful community of Newington, we will award 112 scholarships totaling $159,425. So a special thank you to our community for giving you a leg up, even though my leg is injured, as you head into the next chapter of your life. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Clark and the chamber choir, who will sing the Star-Spangled Banner. We are blessed with those beautiful voices every day, so thank you again, Chamber Choir and Mr. Clark. If you're looking at the program, it's going to look a little different because I rushed here from my daughter's senior lacrosse night, and now I have to rush back to Killingworth for my other daughter's concert. But I didn't want to miss tonight. This is a really special occasion. And so, to the 112 recipients, this is just a sampling of our family of learners, but a perfect sample. I am honored to be your principal, and I thank you for all you have done for Newington High School and our community. But most importantly, what you have done for yourselves. At freshman orientation, we talk about all the things that will make a student successful. Be connected, do your work, learn from your mistakes, take responsibility, use your resources, and make the most of your years here at Newington High School. Tonight, you have done just that. I adore you all and wish you only the best. Thank you for being role models to my daughters. I get to share stories of all the things that happen at Newington High School. And it's because of your stories that have helped shape my daughters into beautiful young women. So given their schedules, I do need to leave a bit early, so I'm going to start off with the Principal Scholarship. It's close to impossible for anyone who's choosing scholarships to choose winners, as all of those who applied are qualified. And in terms of my scholarship, they possess the qualities that I look for in students: kindness, compassion, leadership, thinking outside of the box, hardworking, accepting of others, and the list goes on and on. And I can say that about all 112 of you. So tonight, it's my pleasure, and I just realized that I don't have my envelope. Mr. Korn, do you happen to have it? No, I don't have my folder. Well, I know who the winners are. I just don't have the envelopes to give them. Here we go. Thank you, too. Did I mention flexibility? So the winners of the Principal Scholarship are Elsa Raymond, James Vendetti, and Noella Tuzolana. So I leave you tonight with a heavy heart, but I turn you over to a great woman. Please welcome Dr. Maureen Brummett, Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tigno. And while my job is not always easy, today has been a fantastic day. I started out at Newington High School first thing this morning for awards for all of our students, especially some of our seniors. And my end of the day is going to be fantastic as we talk about all the scholarship money, and I get the distinct honor to introduce our Valedictorian and Salutatorian. So that is very awesome for me. Our Valedictorian, Miss Shreya Joseph, is the Valedictorian for the class of 2023. She is a focused and responsible young woman who has worked very hard to maintain a high level of academic achievement alongside an incredible level of involvement in school and the Newington community. Shreya is taken on the challenge of some of the most rigorous courses available here at NHS, including honors coursework in multiple academic departments and AP ECE, or the Yukon Dual Enrollment coursework in English, social studies, math, science, and the medical sciences. She will have earned 16 credits from the University of Connecticut by the time she graduates next month, alongside additional credits through the AP program. Although she is dedicated to pursuing a career in the health sciences, she is equally dedicated to serving as a leader in her community for the benefit of her peers and those around her. As a result of her hard work and dedication to the community, she has been inducted into the National Honor Society, the English National Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, and the Spanish National Honor Society. In addition, she has earned the Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish and has participated on the NHS math team. As a member of the NHS Medical Science Academy, Shreya has taken more than 2.5 credits of medical science courses and is currently taking Medical Science 4, which will enable her to earn her EMT certification. She's been a member of the NHS chapter of HOSA, the Future Health Professionals, a hands-on medical practice and competition organization, for all 4 years of high school, and she currently serves as vice president of the organization. While competing at the state level with her organization, she earned 5th place in the behavioral health category as well as 1st place in the public health category. As a result of the 1st place finish, she was invited to participate in the National HOSA competition in Nashville, Tennessee. She also earned certification in basic life support, as well as CPR, first aid, AED, and OSHA, general industry, safety, and health. In order to gain additional real-world experience in the health sciences, Shreya completed a 60-hour internship with Newington Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Center under the supervision of Dr. Christina Mazzakoli. During that time, Shreya interacted with patients seeking support for a variety of injuries and disabilities, and assisted Dr. Mazzakoli in planning and implementing exercise programs. Alongside her rigorous academic schedule, Shreya has been actively involved in NHS. She has been a member of the NHS Student Council, also called STUCO, all 4 years at NHS, and also serves as the treasurer for the class of 2023. She has also been a member of the NHS Hope Club for all 4 years and is currently serving as president of the organization. She has worked very hard to make the club welcoming to all students of all religious and belief systems. She began playing tennis for NHS in 10th grade and is seeking a captain position for her senior year. She credits tennis for providing her with a great deal of stress relief and balance in her busy schedule. She is also actively involved in the NHS chapter of DECA, a business and development and competition organization, and has been in that since 9th grade. Shreya plans to attend UConn and will be studying physiology and neurobiology. So this is quite an accomplished young lady, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Shreya Joseph. Unbelievable. Very accomplished young lady. But wait, there's more. We have also a very accomplished salutatorian. Her name is Tricia Ayer. She is the salutatorian for the class of 2023. She is passionate and diligent. She's a passionate and diligent student who has worked hard to make her mark here at NHS through her involvement in a variety of organizations and commitments. Tricia is a hardworking and detail-oriented student, and by the end of her senior year will have successfully completed 10 AP courses in a variety of academic departments. On top of these rigorous courses, Tricia will be eligible for 4 credits from the University of Connecticut for dual enrollment in Physics 1, as well as other ECE courses. She has also taken 3 courses that are eligible for college credit through the project Lead the Way, Introduction to Engineering Design, Principles of Engineering H, and Aerospace Engineering. Tricia works incredibly hard to maintain her academic achievements in such rigorous and varied courses. Tricia has been inducted into the National Honor Society as well as the Science, Spanish, and English Honor Societies. She also has participated actively in the NHS Math Team, Debate Club, Peer Tutoring Club, and Spanish Club. As a member of the Aerospace and Engineering Academy at NHS, Tricia has completed a series of extracurricular career development and soft skill development opportunities, including lunch and learn events, related field trips, and panel discussions, and has completed an internship. Tricia completed the internship for GT School, my apologies, hard to read here, an online after-school program based in Texas. As an intern, she spent hours completing online course modules and providing feedback on the experience and effectiveness of the online platform. In addition to these worthwhile career development and academic pursuits, Tricia has been able to engage with the high school community. She has been a member of the NHS tennis team for 4 years, all 4 years of high school, and in her senior year is serving as the chair of membership and community services for DECA, which is a business and skill development and competition organization. She serves as the Board of Ed representative from the Student Council and has participated actively in the Student Council since 9th grade. In previous years, she has also held the position of vice president for her graduating class. Outside of school, Tricia is the secretary of the Newington Community Fund Advisory Committee, which reviews funds and grant proposals that are submitted by organizations throughout Newington. When she is not participating in any of these activities, she can usually be found working as part of the stage crew for the drama department theater productions. I have been tremendously impressed with Tricia's ability to balance her rigorous coursework, school involvement, and many personal responsibilities. But I've been even more impressed with her thoughtfulness, maturity, and empathy. Earlier this year, she gave a presentation to the entire school about the importance and practice of observing Diwali, which has raised tremendous praise from the teaching staff about diversity, clarity, and delivery. She was nervous to do it, but was excited about the opportunity to share this important piece of her culture and contribute to the cross-cultural competence of NHS staff and faculty. Tricia plans to attend Purdue University, and she will be studying aerospace engineering. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Ms. Tricia Iyer, the Salutatorian for the class of 2023. Out of order now. It's now my pleasure to bring up Mr. Eric Susi to introduce our first scholarship.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Susi. I'm going to be presenting the scholarship for my mom, the Laurie Susi Memorial Scholarship. And I also want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. So my mom was a Newington High School graduate and also a bus driver for the Newington schools. Something that always makes me remember my mom is now as I'm driving my son, or anytime he sees a bus, he always says in that childish voice, "Ooh, yellow school bus." So it always brings me back. It makes me think of my mother. It's one of the cutest things I think about. My mom always saw the value in education, and that's one of the many reasons I became a teacher. She found the beauty in everything and could always spin a negative into a positive. For the seniors, I want to congratulate you on all the hard work that you've put in, and I know you all are counting it down right now. And I'm not sure if you had prom yet, but enjoy that night. That's one of my favorite nights in high school as well. College is more than just a classroom. Use it as an opportunity to gain valuable experiences and build great relationships. And also stay motivated. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And education is priceless. You never know what a thought can lead to. And I want to thank Nancy Hogan. She was one of my mom's best friends, and she works at the transportation department, for picking the recipient of this year's scholarship. The recipient reminded Nancy of my mom because of her kindness, sincerity, and the sweet heart she has. This year's Laurie Susi Memorial Scholarship recipient is Juliet Corvo. And for next, I'd like to introduce Miss Nicole Clancy and Miss Diane Josephi to present the Julianne Marie Roberge Art Scholarship.
Hi, my name is Nicole, and this is my Aunt Diane. And I'm presenting the Julianne Marie Roberge Art Scholarship in honor of my little sister, Julie. Julie was empathetic, funny, loyal, independent, caring, and determined. Julie was passionate about art. She loved to draw, and she made it look effortless. She was so talented, and we are always so proud of her work. I'm proud to award this scholarship to help her name live on in the talents of others. I hope that your future holds the same passion and commitment to the things that you love most in life. Congratulations to the recipient, Natalia Kuznieres. And now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Beth Minke Hoot-Wagner, who will now present the Leah E. Sylvain Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening. This scholarship was established to acknowledge a graduating high school senior pursuing an education in fine arts. It is based on artistic ability, creativity, and personal character. It is in remembrance of their daughter, Leah, who had a fine arts degree in puppetry from UConn. Tragically, Leah was killed in a motor vehicle accident while riding her bike to work as a scenic designer. She was 27 years old and a Newington High School graduate in the class of 2007, but her memory lives on. The recipient for the Leah E. Sylvain Memorial Scholarship is Lindsay Morgenthau. And now I would like to introduce Mrs. Karen Kentafi, who will present the Dominic Mazzakoli Citizenship Scholarship.
Good evening. Thank you to all those who applied to the 8th Annual Dominic Mazzakoli Citizenship Scholarship and to all those who coordinated this program. Dominic Mazzakoli was born and raised in Newington and graduated from NHS. He had a strong passion for community involvement and was a member of several Newington community organizations. He was most known for his position as the mayor of Newington, for which he served 3 terms in the late 80s and early 90s. In the summer of 2011, at age 59, my father was diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is a progressive neurological disease that causes muscle weakness, paralysis, ultimately respiratory failure. About 30,000 people in the US are dealing with the devastation of ALS daily. The average person survives only 2 to 5 years after diagnosis, and there's no cure. Sadly, my father passed away February 11, 2016, but his memory and legacy lives on in his children and grandchildren, the citizens of Newington, and the recipients of this annual scholarship. Choosing a recipient for this scholarship was a difficult task, as so many students are deserving. The recipient for the Dominic Mazzakoli Citizenship Scholarship is Trisha Ayer. Congratulations. And I'd like to now present Mrs. Jacqueline Prill, who will present the Rob Krill Memorial Scholarship.
Well, you already know my name, Jacqueline Prill. And before I present the awards this evening, I would like to share a little background on how this scholarship came about. About 20 years ago, our son Rob graduated Newington High School, and a year later was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. He would stay up very late on his computer and befriended a special person and shared lots of information about his life and family. When Rob passed, she contacted us to express that Rob had made such an impression on her life. He helped her to see life in a very positive and special way. She informed us about a $250 scholarship, which she, as an 18-year-old, was funding on her own in his name without telling us. Her dream was to someday to be able to give a $500 scholarship. Shortly thereafter, we became very involved, and her dream became a reality. With the help of donations and funding to very generous people, we were able to give 2 scholarships. Rob's niece and godchild was 1 year old when Rob passed. When she was 11, she submitted this very meaningful poem to her teacher as a class assignment about her hero that she remembered with the help of family and a video Rob produced for us explaining his journey through the illness, which he called his cancer diary. Here's the poem. My unlikely hero. My hero doesn't have a cape. He doesn't fly or have super strength. My hero wears too much cologne, shops at Abercrombie, and talks to me late at night. My hero hasn't saved a town. He doesn't have an arch nemesis or a secret identity. My hero plays baseball, gets on his mom's nerves, teaches his little brother. My hero doesn't say much, but I know he's there watching over me. My hero has made me who I am today. He gives me courage. My hero is part of me. Well, it was quite a... It was a tough decision to choose between... Oh, one more thing I forgot. Sorry about that, nerves. So when you drive by our home on the corner of Main and Superior, and you see the Rob Garden in the Memorial Garden on the hill, I hope you will think of our son. His fear was to be forgotten. So for all these years, we still get people tooting horns and thinking of Rob. So this recipients this year that we've chosen, I just want to say 3 things. Don't ever stop dreaming. Don't underestimate yourself. And above all, never give up on who you are or what you want to do in life. And congratulations to Lucy Campbell and Valerie Eroff. Okay, now I have to introduce somebody. Lisa, to present the Mrs. Cindy George. I'm getting this mixed up. The presenter is Mrs. Cindy George for Lisa and Gary George Memorial Scholarship Fund.
Whoops. Oh my God. Leave it to me to mess up this whole program. I ran late. I apologize. And let me. So, anyway, good evening. I could start by saying it's been 43 years that I've been presenting this scholarship in memory of my brother and sister, Gary and Lisa. Where has time gone? It's beyond me, but there isn't a day that goes by that they aren't thought of. I hope to continue presenting this scholarship for many more years. This scholarship not only keeps their memory alive, but as a Newington High School graduate myself, it's an honor for us to help our Newington High School students. Each year I think it's gonna get easier, not only keeping my composure, standing up here, but selecting the recipient. Gary and Lisa were very talented in many ways. For one, they were both excellent musicians with instrument singing and all around entertaining all age groups. I, on the other hand, did not acquire that gene, so be thankful I won't be singing for you tonight. Gary and Lisa were not only musicians, but their personalities were musical. Everywhere they went, they had a smile on their face. They accomplished a lot for the short time they were with us, and I can't even imagine where they'd be today. They held their positive attitude, were confident within themselves as a person, and always helped each other, always helped others. However, in their short time with us, were they challenged with ups and downs? Absolutely. But with their positive attitudes and determination, they made their way through and were successful in their short lives in school and in business and in life in general. This year's recipient stated in his essay, "There's a greater lesson that comes from every assignment, book, class, or task that you may receive in school. There is a hidden life lesson in everything." This is so true. So to the class of 2023, remember, life is too short. Education is a wonderful tool, but don't forget who you are and where you came from. Stay positive, challenge those ups and downs. Help others where possible and keep smiling. For a smile is contagious, and you'll be amazed how far the smile will take you. Congratulations to all of you. And now on behalf of my mom, Mary Jane George, myself, Cindy George, and my late dad, who has now joined his children, Ben George, I'd like to present the Gary and Lisa George Memorial Scholarship to Colin Stagmeyer. We wish you the best in your endeavors. Look, I didn't even use my glass. Now I'd like to introduce Lisa Hoyle to present the Mary Lou Fancher Memorial Scholarship, one of my classmates.
So it's hard to believe my sister's been gone for 30 years. So tonight is a special milestone for me. I was 30 when she died. Now I've traveled half of my life without her sweet presence, her kindness, her compassion, and her beautiful spirit. The Mary Lou Fancher Memorial Scholarship was established by her friends and family in an effort to keep her memory and kind spirit alive. Mary Lou was a Salutatorian of the class of 1976, and on July 1st, 1993, she lost her life in a tragic car accident. She was absolutely beautiful, with a heart that was as deep as a canyon, and she was always doing something nice, always helping someone, and always giving back. Even in her death, she gave back. I can still remember the night she died like it was yesterday. The doctors asked my mom and dad for the corneas of her eyes, the bones in her legs, the skin from her back, and the valves from her heart. I saw the courage in my dad as he whispered yes. And through the years, we thought how lucky those people are to have a part of Mary Lou living in them, and how lucky we were to have part of Mary Lou amongst us. So it's not what you do for the next 4 years that matters, but what you do for the rest of your lives. To the class of 2023, I wish you peace in giving back. I wish you strength to pay it forward. I wish you the courage to do what's right every time. And most importantly, I wish you happiness. In awarding this scholarship, we look for a student who exemplifies the qualities of my sister. We look for strong academics. We look for character in life. We look for commitment to excellence. We look for community service. And we look for balance in the student. So this year, it's my heartfelt honor to award the 30th Mary Lou Fancher Memorial Scholarship to Emily Yarmoshko. And now I'd like to introduce Tom Lindsay, who will present the Sequin Level Masonic Lodge Scholarships.
Good evening. I hadn't planned on starting this way, but Cindy George just kind of struck a note with me. Her brother, Gary, was a very good friend of mine. We traveled together. He always had his guitar. Awesome, awesome man. And we miss him. On that note, I'm here representing Sequin Level Masonic Lodge. I'm going to make it brief. I have two presentations to make, and I just would like to make mention that this is our 53rd year giving these awards. And I've been doing it only a short 20 years. I took this over from a teacher here in town. His name is Ed Hadigian. He is still with us. I see him weekly, and he's an awesome person, and he was very well loved by his students. And this got to be a little bit too much for him. So on that note, I'm going to mispronounce these people's names probably, and you bear with me, and I hope they do too. When we went through all the what are they called? All the applications, these two young people stood out really big. So on that note, I would like to make a presentation to, hope it's right, Danielle Day and Valerie Agroff. I don't pronounce them right. Which are you, Valerie? Danielle. Oh, Danielle. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Thank you. Talk to you're going to get a phone call. Okay, thank you. I'm not doing well today. Thank you. No, that threw me off of Gary. Well, oh, I apologize. Shoot. I almost had this right. Almost. All right, and I would like to introduce the next presenters, who are Mr. and Mrs. Robert Guion. You want me to leave this here? Thank you.
"24 and a half years ago, during the evening of November 15th, 1999, our daughter, who was a senior at UConn, was struck and killed by a motorist in Stores. She was walking along the side of the road as she did every evening as part of her daily workout. We are the parents of Christine Elizabeth Guion, who graduated from Newington High School in 1996, 7th in her class. Christine, in addition to being an honor student, was a leader in the school community. She was secretary of the National Honor Society and tri-captain of the girls' varsity tennis team. She danced for 13 years with Alice Corella, concentrating on tap and jazz, and it was dance that served as her talent portion of the Connecticut Junior Miss Pageant in her senior year. She won the Newington title and went on to win second runner-up in the state competition, where she also won the Physical Fitness Award. Christine's poise, energy, and enthusiasm for learning made both her high school and college years a success. She attended UConn in the honors program and was a Dean's List student throughout her college years. She designed her own major in health and society, and her career goal was to be a physician's assistant like her dad. In the summer of 1999, she won a $3,000 grant from UConn to do research for her thesis in the health field. Her topic was about what patients do while waiting in the ER for service, for care. It was entitled, quote, "Getting on with life while waiting for medical services," end quote. She had completed the outline of her thesis paper the week before she died. Tragically, she spent her last few moments of life in the ER. She graduated magna cum laude posthumously in a special ceremony that UConn held for us in February of 2000. She had enough credits to graduate before May because of the extra work she had completed during summers and UConn courses she had taken here at Newington High School. In May of 2000, she was inducted posthumously into Phi Beta Kappa at UConn. Christine was a vibrant, energetic young woman. Her strength of character, integrity, and determination can be seen in two of her favorite quotes that she had entered in a journal, which I first read after her death. Quote, "In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock." End quote. And, quote, "Every flower that blossoms had to go through a lot of dirt." End quote. On Christine's gravestone, we had inscribed these words, which show the impact she had on those who loved her. Quote, "Some people move our souls to dance and make the sky more beautiful to gaze upon." End quote. We are so very proud of our daughter's accomplishments, which she made in her short 21 years. The scholarship in her memory is awarded to a young woman whose accomplishments in high school show high academic achievement, athletic ability, determination, self-reliance, and leadership, the same characteristics we so valued in our beloved daughter. It is our pleasure to give the 24th Annual Christine E. Guion Memorial Scholarship to a senior girl whose love of science, coupled with her insatiable love of learning, align her with Christine's career goal in medicine. Both an excellent student and a talented athlete, this year's recipient is Rosalia Pouliot. Now, Mr. Gregory Staffstrom, who will now present the Earnest Groth Springbrook Ice and Fuel Service Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening. Congratulations to the Newington High School class of 2023. My name is Greg Staffstrom, and I am an alumni of NHS class of 1982. I'm the president and owner of Springbrook Ice and Fuel, New Britain. My company was founded in 1918, and I'm the third generation of ownership. During my senior year of high school, I began working part-time at the company because of my involvement in junior achievement. I then went on to study accounting at Bryant University. Earnest Groth, who this scholarship is named for, was the owner of the company. He was the nephew of the founder of the business, and because he wanted to see his family business succeed for 100 years and beyond, he offered to mentor and to sell the business to me. Today, we provide fuel oil and service and oil and gas heated homes in the Newington and Greater Hartford area. We also distribute packaged ice to hundreds of stores. Perhaps some of you in attendance or relatives are Springbrook's loyal customers, or you or your family have purchased a bag or two of ice. If so, thank you for your business. I share my story specifically to the graduates as you pursue your higher education. My story is one example of success you can have as you continue your education. So in honor of Ernie Groth and Springbrook Ice and Fuel, I'm proud to present the Earnest Groth Springbrook Ice and Fuel Scholarship this evening to Olivia Borselli. And at this time, I would like to introduce Mrs. Ellen Peterson, Mrs. Tianza Bordenaro, and Miss Maggie Rubino, who will now present the Newington Elementary Children's Center Incorporated Scholarship.
Congratulations, everyone. Good evening. The Newington Elementary Children's Center Scholarship Award is awarded to a senior male or female student planning to attend a four-year college and pursuing a program in education, or as a NECI alumnus. The recipient this year for the Newington Elementary Children's Center is Jack Stair. I'd like to introduce at this time Mrs. Michelle Klett, who will present the Richard A. Klett Upstanding Citizen Scholarship Award.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I just want to say how wonderful it's been hearing about all of these influential people that have touched so many lives. I was sitting in the front row, like, tears coming down. And it's just also amazing to see so many familiar faces. Like, I recognize, like, a lot of the 10-year-old versions of you, 11 years old, John Wallace. Anyone out there? Yay! Awesome. So this is extra special for me. My name is Michelle Klett, and I am honored to be here tonight to present the Richard A. Klett Upstanding Citizen Scholarship on behalf of my family. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my father-in-law, Rich Klett. Rich accomplished a lot in his lifetime. He grew up in Newington and was a Newington High School graduate, class of 1963. During his time at NHS, he worked diligently to get good grades, and he immersed himself in his school community. He was student council president during his senior year, and he played on the basketball team and football team. After high school, he spent 4 years as a Yukon Husky. After graduation, he was commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Army, serving as captain in Germany and in Vietnam. After proudly serving his country, he served the community of Newington as a police officer for 29 years, 7 of those as chief of police. During that time, he raised a family in town with his wife, Maureen. And after his retirement, he was hired as the director of school security in Newington. And I was really lucky because I would get some security footage of, like, my kids walking down the hall. He would just send me videos to kind of make my day, make me smile. His office was stationed right here in NHS. And those who were lucky enough to know him knew how passionate he was about his family, his friends, and his community. My father-in-law's qualities of selflessness, determination, and positive leadership left an imprint on his community. The person receiving this scholarship tonight is dedicated and has persevered in many ways. She's a member, or has been inducted, to 4 honor societies and has completed numerous volunteer hours in her community. Additionally, I admire her dedication to her National Honor Society project, which focused on mental health awareness. As an educator and as a mom, I'm appreciative of her efforts to stop the stigma attached to mental health and to promote accessibility to needed services. The recipient of this scholarship intends to dedicate her life to help others by becoming a physician's assistant. Like my father-in-law, she is making a commitment to serve others, and I am confident that her medical approach will focus on the health of her patients' bodies and minds. They will be fortunate to have such a smart and kind person caring for them. It is my honor to present the Richard A. Klett Upstanding Citizen Scholarship to Michaela Vassi. I would now like to invite Mrs. Kathy Kristoff and Mrs. Shelley Sidlowski to the podium to present the Newington High School Class of 1972 Scholarship. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Botticello-Kristoff, and with me this evening is Shelley Biley Sidlowski. We are graduates of Newington High School, class of 1972. In October of last year, we held our 50th high school reunion. At this reunion, as we have in past reunions, we held a scholarship raffle to raise funds for scholarship for someone in the next graduating class. That's this year's class of 2023. Classmates donated goods and services, and the items were raffled off at the reunion. Because this was a momentous reunion, our 50th, many classmates also made monetary donations to the scholarship fund, as well as contributing to the raffle items. We are pleased to present 2 scholarships this evening to a deserving female and male member of the class of 2023. These scholarships are given in memory of the deceased classmates from the class of 1972. It has been our way of never forgetting our friends and classmates.
The recipients of this year's scholarship are Anika Abraham and Alvin Amenyo. Yep, you as well. The Newington High School Class of 1987 Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Sandra Sanford and Mrs. Lisa Vitarelli.
Good evening. My name is Sandra Sanford. I am the class of 1987 president, and this is Lisa Vitarelli, who also is from the class of 1987, who served as the chair of our committee. This is the first year as well. We had a reunion this year, and this is our first time we're giving our scholarship in hopes to do this every year. I see a lot of classmates out there, so we'll be contacting you for some fundraising. The Newington High School Scholarship is in honor of all of our classmates of 1987. It is awarded to a student who exemplifies persistence, self-reliance, academics promise, and service to their school and community. This student will also demonstrate the class of 1987 in this together. That was our motto well before High School Musical, for those of you who know that song. This student exhibits congeniality with fellow students, teachers, and staff of the Newington High School. Excuse me. The recipient of this award is Sharice Jack. I'm like shaking. Yeah. I'd like to introduce Chief Scott Mangan, who will present the David Kaluzzewski Memorial Scholarship for the Newington Emergency Medical Service.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to introduce David Kaluzzewski Memorial Scholarship, who is named for one of our young EMTs, about your age, when he tragically lost his life in a car accident. The David Kaluzzewski Newington Emergency Medical Services Award goes to 2 seniors with a high academic average who have been accepted to a 2-year or a 4-year college granting a degree in a health-related career. The David Kaluzzewski Memorial Scholarship recipients are Mackenzie Hillman and Cooper Nguyen. At this point, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jacob Gianfrido from the Newington Fire Department for the Francis Chanowicz Volunteer Fireman's Scholarship.
Thank you, Chief, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening. Today I'm here to introduce the recipient of the Francis Chanowicz Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship is held in honor of Francis Chanowicz, who was a fireman in town. Unfortunately, he lost his life on June 5th, 1962, when the apparatus he was riding in rolled over. He was extricated and passed away shortly after. The scholarship is given to a senior in good academic standing who is also involved to some degree in the Newington Cadet Program or who is going into public safety as a field of study. The recipient this year is someone who is very involved in the cadet program and even prior to the cadet program was involved in the fire department. I'd like to present the award to Colin Stegmeyer. Now I'd like to call up Mrs. Laura Blanchard to present the Newington Police Detective Lieutenant Fred Callahan Jr. Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, it is my honor to present the Newington Police Detective Lieutenant Fred H. Callahan Jr. Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is given to a Newington High School senior planning to attend college with a major in criminal justice or police science. This award is based on academic background, character, school, and community activities. The recipient for the Newington Police Detective Lieutenant Fred H. Callahan Jr. Memorial Scholarship is James Vendetti. I now welcome to the podium Mr. and Mrs. Anthony Simic and Dan Henry, who will present the Kiwanis Club of Newington Scholarships.
Good evening. My wife and I are here and very pleased to be able to present a scholarship award to 3 deserving students. If you're not aware, Kiwanis' primary emphasis is a worldwide organization for service, and our primary mission is prevention of trauma and accident prevention. If you, our local emphasis would be the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. And Kiwanis is quite proud to have established the standards by which the medical center has achieved the status of a level 1 pediatric trauma center. And we also helped design the pediatric trauma cart. But locally, we kind of really want to help out with youth leadership development. We sponsor Boy Scout Troop, and relevant tonight, we're proud to be the sponsor for the Newington High School Key Club. Without trying to go into the whole story of how they operate, 2 or 3 weeks ago, 12 of your Key Club members got together with Key Club members from around the central Connecticut area and went to Middletown to the fire department and assembled food kits of perishable or non-perishable food items. And I believe their share that they brought back to the Health and Human Services in Newington was just under 1,000 meals for people in need in Newington. I thank you, the 12 that went and helped them carry them back. Without any further ado, I want to just announce the outgoing officers, Ryan Claffey, Cooper Wynn, and Guion Lewis, and thank them for their service for the last 3 to 4 years. And we're introducing now Earnest Field, who will present the Newington High School Student Assistance Fund Scholarship.
All right, so first off, class of 2023, you did it. Now, class of 2023, let's give it up for the parents and families who helped you get here. So my name is Ernie Field, and I'm the president of the Newington Student Assistance Fund. NSF, as we call ourselves, has been around for almost 60 years, and we have been granting non-interest-bearing loans to students who are and residents pursuing post-secondary education or training for over 1,000 loans totaling over $1.3 million. The program is very, very simple, folks. You apply for a loan, you get accepted, you pay it back. It's all done with monthly installments. As a parent who put 2 kids through college or graduated from NHS, it works. Each loan per year is about $1,500. So if you're interested to take advantage of it, please see the guidance office. Mr. Corn will be glad to help you out. You also could check out our website. We also have introduced and given through the high school the Cammie O'Connor Book Awards. So those were given out earlier today. I want to thank NSF for doing that, as well as congratulating the students who won that award. But really, it's about who the 2 winners are tonight. So the recipients for the Newington Student Assistance Fund Scholarship will be 1 male and 1 female student from the Newington High School graduating class who has demonstrated reliable, active participation in school, community activities, who are reliable, trustworthy, and conscientious, the person on whom you can count on to help a lending hand. This year, the Newington Student Assistance Committee has chosen the following graduating seniors to receive the Newington Student Assistance Fund Scholarship. I'd like to introduce Maya Kozlowski and Elijah Smith. All right, let me introduce Miss Leslie Civitello, who will now present the Newington Chamber of Commerce scholarships.
Good evening, everyone.
At first, I would like to say a bit about the Newington Chamber of Commerce because it did come to our attention that so many of you in town don't know exactly what we do. We are a support and advocacy organization dedicated to building a strong regional business community, and that can't happen without our chamber members. We host marketing and communications opportunities, including the annual car show, the Waterfall Festival, the trick-or-treat stroll, a comedy night, golf tournament, business after hours, ribbon cutting, and women's networking groups. The funds from the golf tournament help fund the scholarship program that we're going to award tonight. We're very excited. The Newington Chamber Scholarship is awarded to a male or female student pursuing post-secondary education in the field of business. This award is based on academic performance and future academic and career goals. The recipients for the Newington Chamber of Commerce scholarships are Valerie Igoroff and John Galanotto. And next up, we have the Rose Hill Memorial Park Scholarship. I don't know if Mrs. Judge is here or not. No, she's not. Okay.
The Rose Hill Memorial Park Scholarship is given on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Rose Hill Memorial Park in memory of the founders of the Rocky Hill Cemetery, Joseph and Carol Bullock. I am pleased to award this scholarship to a senior attending a four-year college and majoring in music or music education. The recipient for the Rose Hill Memorial Park Scholarship is Maeve Ingram. I now welcome to the podium Mr. Mike Turgeon, who will present the Newington Rotary Charlie Lowe Scholarship.
Hello, my name is Mike Turgeon. I'm the president of Newington Rotary. And first of all, I just want to say it's an honor to be here amongst all the presenters and emotional and inspirational presenters this evening. Also, our club last year went from 2 to 4 scholarships, and it was quite a challenge. It's an amazing class of, I think we had 85 applicants, and it was a lot of work to come down to 4. I think there's many more deserving. The Rotary Club of Newington Scholarship is awarded to seniors planning to further their post-secondary education at a 4-year college. The award is based on participation and involvement in school and community activities. The Rotary's motto of service above self is the backbone of our organization, and we believe this year's recipients have demonstrated this in their own way. The recipients for the Newington Rotary Charlie Lowe Scholarship are Charisse Jack, Matilda Logan, Mary Angel Quiros Zaldan, and I believe not here, Jacob Zybkowski. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Pat Mahoney, who will present the Catherine Ann Whitford Memorial Scholarship.
All I can say is, wow. These kids are just, oh. I remember when I was in high school, which I graduated in 1960, so. Okay, so I'm here to, that's enough to laugh, sorry. I'm here to award the Catherine Ann Whitford Memorial Scholarship in memory of Catherine Ann Whitford of GFWC. Does anybody know what that means? It's the General Federation of Women's Clubs. We're an international volunteer service organization, and she was the epitome of that. This scholarship is based on community service, number of hours, scholastic ability, school activities, and I happen to know this young lady, and I'm amazed. I'd like to present the Catherine Ann Whitford Memorial Scholarship to Lucy Campbell. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Laura Blanchard, who will present the Mankey Family Scholarship.
Plot twist, I am not the assistant principal of Newington High School. Only a few select amazing individuals can do that job. So my family gives a scholarship every year, and though I'm here presenting something different tonight, I asked my dad, can I present this one? He said, well, we want to stay modest. We don't want to be there and speak, but I'm not really a modest person, so here I am. This scholarship is presented to a high school senior who has demonstrated significant involvement in school and community service projects, something that my family believes in very deeply. And we would like to give this award this year to Mr. Nicholas Nardi. And next, I would like to introduce Mrs. Cal Gustafson and Mr. Saad, I'm going to say this correctly, Chaturvedi? Did I do it correctly? Who will present the Chaturvedi Family Scholarship.
Good evening. My name is Cal Gustafson, and I am here with my older brother, Sanjeev. Our younger brother, Simant, is not here with us tonight, but he is sending all of his best wishes to the graduating class of 2023 and to the recipients of our family scholarship. Our family moved to Newington almost 50 years ago. My brother, Sanjeev, is a graduate of the class of 1977. I graduated in 1978, and our younger brother, Simant, graduated in 1981. I think back to my high school days and the great experiences that I had with friends, classes, activities, part-time jobs, and I just cannot believe that when I was a freshman and a sophomore, sitting in Miss Hopper's algebra class, little did I realize at the time that I would end up teaching algebra and tutoring mathematics in a community college. So I would like to thank you all for inviting us here, and I'm hoping that this will be the first annual Chaturvedi Family Scholarship Award. We started this award in memory of our dad, We lost him about almost a year and a half ago, and he was an educator himself. The value of education was instilled upon us from a very young age, and all three of us went on to not only college, but advanced degrees. Our mom is here tonight, and I would like to say, Mom, we love you, we love Dad. This is for him. The family of Rama Chaturvedi, the three of us, again, my brother Sanjeev, myself, and our younger brother Simant, are awarding this scholarship to 3 graduating seniors who have shown great dedication to their academic studies, strong involvement in school and community activities, commitment to their integrity, and genuine caring of others. It is our great pleasure to award this scholarship to Joey Yang, Henry Dieter, and William Lubis. Did you want to say that?
I just wanted to thank the Newington Public Schools for giving us this honor of scholarship in my dad's memory on a yearly basis. In 1965, my dad brought himself, my mom, me, and 2 siblings from India to America with the hope of achieving the American dream. He had a 1-year grant to seek permanent employment, and if he failed, that meant he would have to take us back without success. Luckily for us, he succeeded, and thanks to my dad, and thanks to the Newington public school systems, everyone in my family has been able to achieve the American dream, and we can never ever thank my dad and the Newington school system enough for everything they've done for us. Thank you so much. You got it.
And I would like to introduce Dr. Maureen Brummett, who is going to present the Frederick A. DeLuca Foundation Scholarship.
And I also want to thank all of our very generous scholarship providers this evening. The stories are amazing, and the generosity is profound. So it's my pleasure to award the Frederick DeLuca Scholarship Foundation Scholarship. It is a scholarship awarded to a student who has been accepted for admission to an accredited college, university, trade, or vocational school. The student demonstrates academic achievement, participates in extracurricular activities, and is employed while attending school. This year, the recipient for the Frederick A. DeLuca Scholarship is Brooke Hendon. It is now my pleasure to introduce New Britain, Nina Jankowski from the Community Foundation of Greater New Britain, who will present a variety of scholarships. First, the Norman and Cecile LeBrun Scholarship.
Hi, everyone. My name is Candace. I'm the Program Officer for Scholarships at the Community Foundation of Greater New Britain, and I'm happy to be here tonight to present 4 of the 60 scholarships that we manage. The first scholarship we're awarding tonight is the Norman and Cecile LeBrun Scholarship. This scholarship was established by lifelong friends Harold Mitchell and his wife to celebrate their friendship with the LeBruns. This scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior pursuing higher education and exemplifies good academic ability and potential to succeed. The Norman and Cecile LeBrun Scholarship is awarded to Juliet Corriveau. The next scholarship we are awarding has 5 recipients, and that is the Stanley and Margaret Nowacki Scholarship. This scholarship was established by Stanley and Margaret Nowacki with a gift from their estate upon their passing. This scholarship is awarded to 5 graduating seniors who will pursue higher education. These students are hardworking, determined, ambitious, thoughtful of others, and able to work well with others. On behalf of the Community Foundation of Greater New Britain, we are pleased to announce the recipients: Patrick Brown, Trisha Iyer, Eli Johnson, Bryce Mayo, and James Vendetti. The third scholarship we have to award tonight is the Joseph T. and Christine J. Schreibert Scholarship. This scholarship was also established by the Schreiberts upon their passing. This scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior based on academic achievement, community involvement, and is a student who is hardworking, determined, ambitious, and thoughtful of others. This 4-year scholarship is awarded to Danielle Day. All right. And our 4th and final scholarship of the night is the Eleanor and Nathan Barry Scholarship. This scholarship was also established by Eleanor and Nathan Barry with a gift from their estate upon their passing. Eleanor and Nathan wanted this scholarship to be of substantial help to an industrious, hardworking, and well-rounded graduating senior. Evidence of a young life well spent and display of a good scholastic record were important to them. This is the largest, most competitive scholarship the Community Foundation of Greater New Britain has to offer, as it's available to 6 towns. The Community Foundation of Greater New Britain is pleased to announce the recipient of the Eleanor and Nathan Barry Scholarship, Valerie Egoroff. They're not here. They're not here yet. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Shauna Johnson, Mrs. Brittany Maisler, and Mr. Mark Gauger, who will present the Carol L. Gauger Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening. We are happy to be presenting the 2nd annual Carol L. Gauger Memorial Scholarship. Our mother was a dedicated special education teacher who spent more than 25 years calling Martin Kellogg Middle School home. She was a fierce advocate for her students and instilled in my sister and I at a very young age the importance of higher education. We created this scholarship to continue our mother's legacy, passion for advocacy, and dedication to community. This year's recipient has persevered through academic challenges. He has regularly sought out others to assist him with achieving his academic goals and appreciates the need to give back. In addition to his schooling, he has volunteered at the Newington Parks and Rec Department, being a leader in training where he has mentored young children. He exemplifies the qualities our mother strived from each of her students and is a dedicated young man within his community. He has been accepted to Central Connecticut State University and plans to study social work with hopes to giving back to his community. This year's recipient is Ethan Oland. Good luck, Ethan. I would like to now introduce Miss Pat Miskell for the Gladys M. Jones Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. And hello, seniors. Congratulations. Job well done if you're sitting here tonight, so good for you. So my name is Pat Meskel. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I've worked with kids for the last 42 years. And I'm very excited to do this tonight. I've worked in various youth service bureaus and positive youth development programs, and Gladys was a mentor in many ways to not only students, but all of her friends as well. Gladys and I graduated in 1974, and there were 6 of us that formed a band of sisters, if you will. And unfortunately, Gladys is no longer with us, but the 5 of us that remain still are very close, and we all contribute to this scholarship. Glad passed away in July of 2005 at the age of 49 after battling cancer. We were all very heartbroken, and Glad's partner, Anita, began this scholarship award in her honor. Glad was the youngest of 6 kids, and her dad was the publisher and editor of the Newington Town Crier for many years. She was an artist, she was an athlete, she was into running, volleyball, she was a hell of a softball pitcher. I was the catcher. She was very proud of her cats and dogs, and she had a rescue greyhound that she brought with her to the Jefferson House in Newington, even as she was battling cancer. And I brought her a couple of times because she was kind of too weak to drive, and I volunteered to go in with her one day, and she said no. She made me stay in the car. She wanted the glory of the dog and the visit and the intimacy of that volunteer hour. She was kind, she was generous, she had a positive spirit about her, and she made everyone feel special. She went to Central and got a bachelor's degree in physical education, but she began working at Food Mart when we were in high school, and she stayed there, eventually became manager of the bakery department. And she made really good chocolate chip cookies. And she shared the recipe, so now we all make really good chocolate chip cookies. So as I said, Glad was a role model for us, and when we select recipients for her award, we look at the essays and their community service, and we try to kind of find someone who also shares those characteristics that Glad exhibited so masterfully. So in that light, I would like to tell you a little bit about our 2 recipients. Our first recipient is a young woman who has fostered over 100 cats and dogs, and so now she'll know who she is. She's had some challenges in the past year. She's been a member of the track and field team and the volleyball team. She is passionate, ambitious, and intellectually curious. She's an honor student, and she is our first award recipient. She hopes to become a veterinarian, which would make Glad really happy. Her name is Elia Claffey Hesseltine. Squeeze over there, huh? You're welcome, thank you. Yeah, it was nice to meet you too. Good luck to you. Our second student is a piano player, practices daily. She's also into theater, and she works on the stage crew, and she's the props master. She's co-president of the Women in Leadership group. She's an honor student, and she hopes to pursue a career in the field of psychology, child development, and law. She wants to help others. And we honor her tonight, and her name is Elsa Raymond. And now I have the pleasure of introducing a friend of mine, Michelle Tyne, who will present the Nicholas Tyne Music Scholarship.
Good evening. I'm Nicholas Tyne's aunt, Michelle, and I'd first like to compliment the chamber choir for a wonderful job that they did tonight. Music was Nick's life, and I know how grateful he would be knowing this scholarship is being given every year to someone who enjoys music as much as he did. So the Nicholas Tyne Music Scholarship, given in memory of Nick, is given to a senior who has shown an outstanding contribution and passion to the Newington High School Music Department, specializing in choral musical theater. I'm very pleased to be here tonight to present the recipient of Nick's Music Scholarship to Samuel Drodes. Now I would like to introduce Miss Gina Griffith to present the Joseph Traeger Musical Theater Scholarship.
Good evening. Unfortunately, Mr. Traeger couldn't be here, so I am here in honor of him tonight. My name is Jenna Griffith. I am a 1997 graduate of NHS and a former student of Mr. Traeger, who was our choral, orchestra, and musical theater director at the time. I have the most wonderful memories performing on this NHS stage. Mr. Traeger was fundamental in developing our stellar musical performance program at NHS, and has passed on the torch to Mr. Clark, who has continued to take the program to new heights. Each year, a scholarship in honor of Mr. Traeger is presented to a senior who is part of the NHS musical production, either as a performer, pit member, backstage crew, or production staff, who through example has inspired their peers to strive towards excellence. Tonight, it is my honor to present this special scholarship to a talented young man who performed in 3 years of drama club productions, playing Bob Cratchit in A Christmas Carol this past year. He was in the musical all 4 years, playing such characters as Mr. Mushnick in Little Shop of Horrors, Jack in Into the Woods, and Robert Martin in The Drowsy Chaperone. I saw him in that production. It was amazing. Also, he co-produced and directed the senior one-act production of How to Overthrow Your Student Government. He was the chamber choir section leader, and he participated in regionals and all-state festivals on trombone and voice. He will be attending SUNY Purchase in the fall, majoring in Mr. Clark's alma mater. That is so cool. Please help me congratulate the 2023 Joseph Traeger Musical Theater Prize recipient, Eli Johnson. We wish you all the best. I would like to now introduce Mr. Stephen Brooks, who will be presenting several scholarships tonight.
Good evening, everyone. There we go. My name is Stephen Brooks. I'm the band and orchestra director here at Newington High School, and I was also on this stage under the direction of Mr. Traeger and also Mr. John Mills in the class of 1993. So it's a distinct pleasure to be here tonight to make these presentations. Randy Raymondetta was a percussionist back in the early days of the Newington High School band, both in the band and the orchestra. He was a charming and engaging young man, talented, and clearly was a representative of the 1970s. Randy was tragically killed in a car accident on his way to school one June morning of his senior year. He was sorely missed. The Randy Raymondetta Music Scholarship is for a senior student at NHS planning to study music. The recipient of this scholarship this year is Jackson Civitillo. The Mazzakoli Memorial Scholarship. The Band Boosters established this scholarship to memorialize Mark and Leslie Mazzakoli, members of the band, in remembrance of their fine character, service to Newington High School Band, musical growth, and scholarship they showed in their years at Newington High School. The recipient for the Mazzakoli Memorial Scholarship is Benjamin Burnham. As Ms. Griffith introduced Joe Treger, who was the choral and orchestra director here for many decades, John Mills was the band director, my director, Mr. Kelly's band director, Mr. Bell student taught with Mr. Mills. So there's a lot of legacy that John Mills has left here in the community and on the faculty and staff here in the Newington Public Schools. So this scholarship is in John Mills' name. The John Mills Jazz Scholarship is awarded to an outstanding performer and a contributing member of the band and jazz program at Newington High School. The candidate should show strong character and leadership. The recipient for the John Mills Jazz Scholarship this year is Eli Johnson. It's my pleasure to ask Mrs. Gail Kelly to come to the stage to present the Frank A. Kelly Jr. Memorial Music Scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at Newington High School yet again. The family and friends of my husband established this scholarship in his memory, and he was a volunteer and an active supporter of the music department back in the years with John Mills and Joe Treger. He was always there for the students with a smile, a hearty handshake, or a pat on the back, a sympathetic ear, a word or two of encouragement, and always sincere congratulations. He touched many students with his true Irish charm. He became involved while his daughter and son were students here at Newington High School. He was very proud of his own children and their accomplishments and the support and recognition they each received during their years at Newington High School. Both of them were members of several performing groups throughout their high school careers. The Frank A. Kelly Memorial Scholarship honors not only his memory, but his caring spirit for all he met, his love of music, and his hope for the future through our youth. The Frank A. Kelly Jr. Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a senior male or female student actively involved in numerous Newington High School musical groups, pursuing a post-secondary education at a four-year college. This award is based on citizenship, academic performance, and music involvement. And I'm happy to say the person that's receiving the award tonight has been involved in both choral and instrumental groups here at the high school. He is planning on majoring in music at UConn, and He has been someone that's always ready to volunteer and help out wherever he's needed. It's my honor to present the scholarship to Nathan Michaud.
Good evening. My name is Seth Korn, and I am the Director of School Counseling here at Newington Public Schools. So I have two scholarships to award. The first one is our College Fair Endowment Fund. This goes to graduating seniors who are continuing their education and has shown improvement in one or more of the following areas: academic, school community activities, or personal growth while attending Newington High School. There's several of them, so please hold your applause. Gabriella Breer, Lauren Drew, Jody Hammond, Mohammed Khan, Shayla Osmanovic, Natalie Rusick, and Olesa Zaverbna. All right, the next scholarship is the Laura M. and William N. Monier Memorial Scholarship. Mr. and Miss Monier bequeathed money to Newington High School to recognize students who intend to pursue education beyond high school and who have been a contributing member to their class, their school, and their community. The recipient of the Laura M. and William M. Monier Memorial Scholarship is Cassiopeia Beach. I'm pleased to introduce our next presenter, Mr. John Abbott, who will be presenting the John Abbott Memorial Scholarship.
Hi, my name is actually John Abbate, so it's an Italian version, but it's pronounced many different ways. So tonight, I have the pleasure to be here to introduce two scholarships. So the first one here is the John J. Abbate Memorial Scholarship. My dad. The family of the John J. Abbate established a scholarship in 2008 to honor his memory as a past member and former president of the Friends of Football from 1974 to 2002. His commitment to Newington High School football was sadly ended in 2002 by lung cancer. This is to acknowledge that Colin Stegmeyer is the recipient of the John J. Abbate 2023 Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations and best wishes. Thank you. The next scholarship I'd like to award is to the Friends of Football, varsity scholarships. Okay. The Newington Friends of Football was established In 1974, when I was a freshman here playing football for Newington High School, now 49 years old, it stands ready to render their full support to the Newington football program to ensure its long-term success of student athletes, coaches, administration, and townspeople alike in fielding a sound and exciting team. In addition, the Friends of Football will do all in its capacity to reward student athletes in their scholastic and personal growth. An annual scholarship program has been established, which presently awards two people $1,000 scholarships to two deserving varsity football players. The recipients are selected by a committee based on need and academic performance of players who will be attending college or institute for higher living. So this year I have the honor to award Brendan Piggott and Padrig Brown as the recipients. You're Patrick? I'm Brendan. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. Okay, great. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I have the honor to have Derek Papasino award the Richard Hastings Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you. I'd known I was going last. I tell you, I got here and I was a little anxious about going last, but the fact that we have such a low podium for me tonight is outstanding. Outstanding. The Richard C. Hastings Third Memorial Scholarship is presented to a student athlete who plans on continuing their higher education. The student was selected for their superior character and academic performance. It gives me great pride to be in a room full of athletes and scholars tonight. I congratulate all of you, along with your coaches, your parents, and your teachers. And if any of you have not said thank you or I love you, you need to do that now, please. No, I'm not going to make it weird. That's okay. My middle schooler said it was sus or cringy, so I probably should have taken it out. Do we have any wrestlers up here tonight? Any wrestlers? One in the back. Lovely. All right. I initially thought I was speaking to wrestlers tonight, and then I learned that it was a much broader audience. And it's actually a good thing because my message isn't just for the wrestlers out there or wrestling fans. It's for all athletes, parents, coaches, and teachers. A message that should be heard by everyone, not just members in this community. It's been just under 30 years since I wrestled for Coach Hastings, and I walked the halls of this school. It's a long time ago. But I'd like to travel a little farther back, about 45 years, believe it or not, so bear with me, I'll be quick. When I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with arthritis from head to toe. I had many broken bones, lots of medication, therapy, hospitalizations, and that all actually kept me to stay back in first grade. So I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I didn't think I was going to get emotional, sorry. God, everyone's held it together tonight. I can do this. But now fast forward to 8th grade. Time does go fast. I'm sure all of you are like, I can't believe you're graduating, right? Where did the time go? So 8th grade, I learned about Coach Hastings. My brother had joined the wrestling team as a freshman, and I had the opportunity to wrestle in a small program. And that 8th grade summer, I stopped taking my meds. I stopped therapy. I woke up early, rode my bike, ran around the block, weightlifted in the garage. I didn't know it, but at that time, I was building a legacy of my own. Every single person in this room will have a legacy. Whether you folks want it or not, you're going to have one. It's something we pass down. It is your mark. It is your footprint on the earth. It is your contribution to the world. You don't have to do anything and you'll have a legacy, everyone. Will you be intentional about the legacy you have, and what will you pass down or give to others? Coach Hastings passed his legacy to many students, athletes, and myself. Most people in this room have experienced a good coach. They help you through all those choices during the season, those habits during the season, all the skills during the season, and you look forward to seeing them every season. Rich Hastings was not that coach, not a good coach that affects you for that season, but a great coach, one who changed me for life. Sadly, we don't have time to share all his sayings and funny anecdotes. I wish he did, because he made us laugh and he made us cry. Our wrestling season began with Coach telling our parents that for the next few months, your sons will be my sons. And I asked myself now as an adult, was he really a wrestling coach or maybe a life coach who just had a passion for wrestling and used it as a tool to make us better sons, husbands, and fathers? I'm now in my 25th year of teaching. I've wrestled in college. I've always wanted a program, as you can see is the shirt that I had to proudly bring, just like Hastings. And it gives me great pleasure to tell him that I did it. And I couldn't have done it without his guidance and hard work. Wrestlers wore the saying with pride, and I'm proud to say that hard work towards excellence is what got me where I am today. And 30 years later, my wrestlers wear the slogan on their shirt. And I still live by this. I've taught thousands of students. I've shared his message, and what is now my message. Family comes first. Remember that, folks. School comes second, and wrestling or sports, those activities come last. Because the reality is that most of us will stop playing a sport at some time. We might continue to further education and work or school. We receive our degree, and what are we left with? Our family. And that is most important. Hastings actually gave us these little cards with all his values. I still carry mine in my wallet today. So it gives me great pleasure to attend this event, share about Rich Hastings, and present this scholarship to an athlete. I only wish everyone here could have had a coach like him, and I aspire to be just like that. I've heard wonderful things about the recipient of the scholarship. He would have loved coaching you. I think you would have enjoyed him as well. And this young man is already building a legacy, and this year's scholarship goes to a gentleman and a scholar, Zach White. I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Paul Salonia and Miss Jean Pike, who will present the Newington High School Early Child Scholarship.
I'm very honored to be invited here by Mr. Salonia to present one of the early childhood scholarships. This student showed her true love of children and passion for teaching in the Newington High School preschool program. She also played a pivotal role in the preschool graduation last year. I'm privileged to present this award to Juliet Corvo.
We can't just give out one. This is for students who are planning to pursue a career in education, and we need you, and we need you badly. From day one in the preschool room, it is evident that this young man is a child whisperer, a zigzag obstacle course designer guru, a team player, and then in a delicious twist of irony, from August until just today, made fun of my advancing age and my inability to read up close. Well, guess who got glasses last week? Mr. Nate Santos. I have the honor of announcing the next award giver to the illustrious and incomparable and also student teacher when I was here, Miss Krista Cody.
Good evening. I'm here to present numerous awards, and I am so proud to do so. The first award I am presenting this evening is the scholarship presented by Alpha Chapter of Alpha Delta Kappa, an international honorary organization of women educators. Dr. Brumman and I are proud members. We are dedicated to educational excellence, altruism, and world understanding. One of our primary purposes is to promote educational and charitable projects and activities, and to cooperate with worthy community programs relating to education and charity. We have been contributing to this community for over 60 years in a number of ways. Margaret E. Clark started her career in Newington as a physical education teacher at Newington High School. She spent most of her years as principal of Newington Junior High, which later became Martin Kellogg Middle School. She was a longtime member of the Alpha Chapter and was instrumental in inviting many teachers to become Alpha Delta Kappa sisters. We are proud of her accomplishments both in the Newington school system and in Alpha Delta Kappa. So we established a scholarship as a tribute to her love of education and passion in sharing membership into Alpha Delta Kappa. We are proud to present Juliet Corvo, class of 2023, this scholarship. The Newington High School chapter of the Science National Honor Society proudly presents its scholarship to a deserving Newington High School student who wishes to pursue a career in science. The recipient has to be a member of good standing of the Science National Honor Society with a high academic record. It was difficult to select our recipient. It is with great pleasure that I am representing the Newington High School chapter of the Science National Honor Society and presenting this scholarship to Umu Han. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, I just keep going here. Kiara McDermott was the first school resource officer assigned to Newington High School. She was a member of the Newington High School family from August of 2001 until her untimely death in November of 2005. During her brief time at Newington High School, she touched the lives of all who knew her. Officer McDermott worked tirelessly to improve the lives of the entire student body. She worked numerous hours, but was never too busy to counsel a student who needed someone to listen. Officer McDermott helped many students overcome adversity, and she is missed daily by all who knew her. She will live in our hearts forever. The Newington High School faculty and the Newington Police Department feel most honored to present a scholarship to two deserving seniors in her memory. Applicants for this scholarship had to provide evidence of acceptance into a school of higher learning, 2 letters of recommendation, and write a 1 to 2 page essay about how they would like to give back to their community, the very attributes Officer McDermott worked to instill in her students. The scholarship committee, made of members of both NHS faculty and Newington Police, read many moving essays and applications. It was very difficult to select the winners. It is with great pleasure that we present the Kiara McDermott Scholarship to Lucy Campbell and James Vendetti. The Newington chapter of the National Honor Society Karen Mahefka Memorial Scholarship. The Newington chapter National Honor Society Karen Mahefka Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a senior male or female student who is a member of the National Honor Society. This award is based on service to the school or community. The recipients for the Newington chapter National Honor Society Karen Mahefka Memorial Scholarship are Lucy Campbell and Danielle Day. And at this time, to present the Newington Youth Adult Council Scholarship, Mrs. Laura Blanchard.
The Newington Youth Adult Council is a town-appointed committee made up of human services, school, and town officials, the school resource officer, and most importantly, Newington students. The Youth Adult Council hosts beneficial community events, including the Hoopla basketball tournament, which supports this scholarship program. As a result, the Youth Adult Council presents scholarships to seniors who are continuing their post-secondary education. The recipients of the Newington Youth Adult Council scholarships are Julia Napolitano and Cooper Nguyen. I now welcome to the podium the Doran House principal, Mr. Mario Ficcicelli, who will present the Richard E. Rogalski Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening, everybody. The first scholarship I am presenting is the Richard E. Rogalski Memorial Scholarship. This is in memory of Mr. Richard E. Rogalski, and this scholarship is awarded to a senior student with a high academic average who has been accepted to a 2- or 4-year college enrolling in a program that will grant a degree in either health or athletic-related career. This year, our recipient is Hilly Gatos. The next scholarship is the George B. Williams Memorial Scholarship. George B. Williams taught social studies at what was formerly known as Martin Kellogg Junior High School and English at Newington High School, retiring in 1979 after 25 years of service. Mr. Williams was a United States Navy veteran of both World War II and Korea. He attended Hartford Public High School and earned a Bachelor of Arts, Master's of Education, and Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study from the University of Hartford. He also earned a Master's of Arts degree in government from Trinity College. At Mr. Williams' request, a considerable contribution was made to Newington High School upon his death. This generous endowment goes to the following 8 graduating seniors planning to attend a 4-year college. The recipients for the George B. Williams Memorial Scholarship are Sarah Adamowicz, Destiny Garcia Maldonado, Julia Kaczynski, Simran Kaur, Jacob Lawless, Carly Rice, Shania Taylor, and Lindsay Zurich. Next up, we got our Gold and Blue Scholarships. The Gold and Blue Scholarships were established in the early 1990s to be presented to 2 seniors who have exhibited outstanding leadership and make positive contributions to Newington High School. The recipients for the Gold and Blue Scholarships are Gabriela Caceres and Andrea Monacchio. And next up to the podium is McGee House Principal, Mr. James Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Our first scholarship is the Bruce C. Torrey Memorial Scholarship.
It is being given in memory of Mr. Bruce C. Torrey, who was a dedicated member of the staff of the Newington Public Schools, and his years of service were distinguished by his integrity, strength of character, devotion to teaching and athletics, and dedication to the youth of Newington. The recipients for the Bruce C. Torrey Memorial Scholarship are Olivia Bernier and Kyle Sandin. Next, the Diane C. Kablick Award is given in memory of Diane C. Kablick. Diane was a math science teacher at Newington High School for 12 years. The scholarship is for a senior planning to attend a 4-year college, pursuing a major in math or science. The recipient for the Diane C. Kablick Memorial Scholarship is Macy Guion. The Charles A. Bowes Scholarship is given in memory of the first principal of Newington High School, whose service to the youth of this community spanned 40 years. This award is based on leadership and service to school and community, and the recipient for the Charles A. Bowes Memorial Scholarship is Shreya Joseph. The Viola and Cipriano Maestra Scholarship is given on behalf of longtime residents of Newington, Mr. and Mrs. Maestra, who shared a genuine love and strong sense of pride in this community. The establishment of this scholarship fund recognizes their pride in Newington's youth. The recipients of the scholarship were selected on the basis of participation and involvement in school and community activities, dedication to academic studies, and personal qualities of integrity and genuine care of others. The recipients for the Viola and Cipriano Maestra Scholarship are Zaina El Ramahi and Chase Leonard. It is now my pleasure to recall to the podium Dornhouse Principal, Mr. Ficcicelli.
All right, we have the last two scholarships, home stretch here. The next one is the Newington High School Culinary Internship Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to a senior culinary student who has had extended experience in the NHS kitchen as an intern. And in addition, this student has shown overall academic achievement, leadership, and strong character. The recipients for the Newington High School Culinary Internship Scholarship is Desiree Aparo, Ephraim Colon, and Rosalia Pouliot. Need to assist again. All right, next we have the NHS, or the Newington High School Alumni Scholarship. The NHS Alumni Scholarship was established by members of the Newington High School alumni to recognize graduating seniors whose scholastic performance, record of leadership and service, strength of character, positive contributions to school and community, and giving of time to help others are outstanding. The recipients of the Newington High School Alumni Scholarship are Ariana Bordenaro, Brianna Godorowski, Nicholas Huell, Maria Joseph, Teresa Joseph, Almira Juralsik, Axel Marcello, Farhan Navid, Matthew Samaroto, and Dan Thomas. Let's give it up for all the scholarship winners tonight. So this concludes our program. Since Ms. Tigno had to leave, I have a few closing remarks. To the presenters, your stories behind the meaning of the scholarships make this program a special night we all look forward to each spring. On behalf of our staff, students, and families, thank you for your generosity and taking time out of your day to acknowledge our students and give back to our community. To the families, thank you for raising such an amazing group of young adults. They will truly be missed here at Newington High School. However, we cannot be more confident that they are leaving here ready for what comes next. I can only imagine how proud you must be, and without your ongoing love and support, I can guarantee these fine young individuals would not be sitting here on stage this evening. And if you know anything about Miss Tigno, this is right about where she would start crying and say that she is the proud principal of Newington High School. I'm not the crier of the group, so I'm not going to do that. But we are looking forward to celebrating the class of 2023 on June 12th with all of you. So thank you for all you've done. One last note here to Mr. Korn, the Director of School Counseling, Ms. Olant and Ms. Valenti, Secretaries of Main School Counseling Office. Thank you for your effort and all the effort you put into making this night happen. We know it's not an easy task coordinating such an event, and we truly appreciate everything you do leading up to this night. So thank you. And I think Ms. Olant is actually in the crowd right there. If you want to just raise your hand, Ms. Olant. She's not going to be happy I did that. Again, thank you everyone for attending tonight. Please join us for some refreshments in the auditorium lobby. Mr. Rich and his culinary students were kind enough to provide them for tonight. Thank you.